John?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. As we can see, it's unusually cold to hold a meeting. So as I discussed when we were off the record, that we're gonna move this meeting along. I'm gonna accept the motion to amend the agenda to start with the resolutions. Thank you. So Ramdot, Mary Ellen Gibbs, any abstentions on that? Any opposition? Right, that passes. Yes, we have three members who have ADA. Please keep me honest with that.
Yep, Sylvia, Lee Chung, and Georgia.
Are you guys okay with that? Yes,
I'm on.
Sylvia said yes.
Sylvia. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Yes,
Lee and Georgia.
I'm
Lee says
on
yes.
too. Georgia, I'm on.
Thank you.
It's unanimous.
You're welcome.
Welcome, everyone. You all have the treasurer's report and the chairperson's notes. But we will, is public safety here? Okay, thank you. Laura, would you please take the microphone and tell us about the resolution? Laura, you know how to make an entrance. I haven't seen that since Bewitched. You and I wasted a lot of our youth watching TV, Mary Ellen. Clearly. Is that turned on?
First two on for here in Cider, Florence Kitchen, located at 5931 Broadway. Unanimously approved by the committee. And one is for liquor, wine, and cider. And it really located at 1525 Broadway. Renewal, also unanimously approved.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Maybe we do all the yeses together, all the ones that.
Okay, well, these are renewals and the other two are new. Do you want me to do it by category or all at once?
Yes, all at once, please.
Okay. New application for food court, 231st Street Incorporated, located, it's located at 190 West 231st Street. And also unanimous, they have signed a 2 a.m. closing agreement as per our tradition, and also unanimously approved. The next new application is liquor, wine, beer, and cider for 3611 Grapevine Court, located at 3611 Riverdale Avenue. Also, as a new establishment, signed a 2 a.m. closing agreement for the first year, and was unanimously approved by the committee. The next two are a different category for New Year's Eve all-night permit for liquor, wine, beer, and cider. The first is Silhouette Restaurant Lounge, located at 5666 Broadway. In this instance, the 50th precinct had stated that there were multiple disturbances or complaints at the location. And they provide a statistical list of 911 and 311 calls for the last 12 months. And the Public Safety Committee unanimously disapproved this application. Last resolution is for Carib Bites Bar and Restaurant, located at 5586 Broadway. They failed to appear before the Public Safety Committee, which is what we do require in these instances. But in any event, the 50th precinct, Captain Pierce, particularly recommended that this business be denied the all-night permit, citing the 50th precinct's lack of available officers on New Year's Eve and his concern for public safety in the area. The Public Safety Committee unanimously disapproved this application. And that's all of them. Are there any questions or discussion?
Any questions or discussions on any of them? Please, use the mic.
It should be on. Talk.
I just had a question about, when it says disapproved, is that is.
If it's the last two establishments, it was for the all-night, the all-night.
No, the other way. There you go. So, Laura, the last, the last two applications for to be open all night on New Year's Eve, correct? That's the only application. They want to stay open all night.
It's just the all night permit.
Are they able to hear Laura online?
Can you hear Laura? Lee? Okay.
Okay. So any other issues or points? I have one if there's a rundown, I'll let you go first.
I raised this like that about the last resolution. I just have concerns about disapproving a license just because there's not enough officers. I know it's New Year's Eve and it's allocated other places, but this restaurant hasn't had any instances of, bad misconduct or
I understand.
violations.
Yes, yeah, the resolution does not say that. Mary Ellen,
There was a lot of instances, the doors broken.
No, Caribe, talking about Caribe, not Silver.
So,
Yeah,
no, he's talking about the other one, there's two of them.
oh, the second,
Caribe.
So maybe we want to separate that out for the vote, Laura, if that's all right?
I just want to say that. Go to the there's money square, all the resources are going to Manhattan and other events in the. And the thing abundance support. Like my. They totally fine with like what, 4 o'clock. It's really, the red clouds and the extra committee. They're looking for English. So we generally go by what these recommend, as a abundance. And so we know that there are no problems with them in this resolution. And I also want to add that these establishments will be approved by the business authority. So this is just a recommendation that is young.
Thank you. Mr. Fruit, you had a point, please speak loudly.
okay, I don't question, was it significant to the committee that a representative of the business did not appear to answer questions about it?
That's a very good point, because that is something useful as well, and that didn't help this application. Thank you.
Dr. Beeson.
Not preparing the state why they didn't prepare the
Yeah, yes, I think we should separate out the last one, if that's all right. So we'll do the first 5, in total, and then we'll do the last one. So on the first one, on the ones the votes excluding Caribe Bites, are there any abstentions? Any nays? It passes unanimously, and I will note, Madam Secretary, can you certify that we have quorum?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. We just needed that clear for the record. So on Caribe Bites, is there any more discussion or questions? Yes,
Yeah, first of all, they can still stay open till 4 a.m. That's number one. Number two, we really want to be in the position of recommending it when the 5-0 is saying don't approve it. No, that's my comment.
thank you, Bob. Any other comments that, anybody? Yes, Andrew. Same position? Okay. I do have them, but I'll wait till the end. So, I tend to disagree with the reason, because I think if the 5-0 says that they would not have done it, that they don't want it done because of personnel issues, it wouldn't have mattered if the people were there, that they're a good business, doesn't really matter. And, with all due respect, it's our job to make sure that we get resources, not the other way around. So it's New Year's in Riverdale too. But that's why I will vote the way I will vote. So I will not call the vote. Any abstentions on this? So this is this is a resolution to disapprove. So if you're not in favor of it, you're voting against this. That would be a no vote, just to be clear, because it's a double negative vote. If you're not in favor of disapproval.
Voting for disapproval or against?
Right,
What it disapproves this application, if you agree with that, then it's a yes.
right. If you don't agree with the resolution, then it's a no. So no votes, please.
They have to hang on a second.
Hang on.
Put your hands up high, please.
No. Okay. Okay.
So Dr. Wade?
Dr. DeBeetham?
Who else? Dr. DeBeetham? Nick Fazio? Ingrid, Kevin, Wayne. Cesar and Sergi.
Lee, how do you vote?
I agree. My hand is raised.
Yes.
Okay.
Lee?
Lee is a yes.
Lee's a yes. And Sylvia?
No.
Sylvia, no.
I didn't get Georgia.
Georgia was a yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's a no. I raised my hand.
She said yes,
And I have Barbara Kale here too.
but she's not ADA.
She is.
Oh, she is? I'm sorry, Barbara, your vote, please.
No,
No. Barbara's a no.
Barbara's a no.
Thank you.
thank you.
And Rabbi Bob, you can't vote on this, but you're considered active in the bill, just so you know. You can participate, but you can't vote.
Folks, if I could do attendance really quickly.
Yes.
Sylvia Alexander, you know they're online. You can just speak up.
Are we doing the vote?
Well,
Or is it roll call vote?
I need to be sure I have everyone here. It's not a roll.
She's getting
call vote.
attendance.
If you want to conclude the vote.
Yeah, let's include the vote.
But. I need to make that have everyone. Is Debbie Allen here? No. Carol Blake? No.
Do you have it? Do you have a count?
No.
You mind if I sit over here?
Clara? Adriana? No one.
Those people know.
Daniel too.
Just a full board meeting?
Both Daniel?
Where's Julia?
We missed the vote.
Julia Reyes?
She's not on the dais.
Missed the vote.
She may not be there tonight, but I'm pretty sure she is. She's just not sitting on the dais.
Excuse me? What?
We missed the five businesses vote. This is, we're still finishing five sites.
All right, so then you
The
can
other
go on.
ones, we voted.
So how many, what's the title?
I mean, anyone who didn't speak to opposed, there were no abstentions,
Right.
so there's.
Daniel, what would you vote on three sites application?
We're not up to that.
Oh, I thought that's what.
No,
it
no,
said.
we're not- no, we're doing the other ones.
This was for three. So.
Which one? No, no, no.
Yes, yes, first five, yes, and
First five, pass it down, I'm sorry. This is Korea.
So there are 28 here, 9 opposed.
All right, so all right, the vote passes, the vote passed anyway, so all the resolutions are passed. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you. Traffic and Transportation has a resolution.
It's a mic. That's not gonna work.
Here. Thank you. Yeah. Not working?
I just come up. This will be working. That's all right, we'll take a step on it. Watch this.
So it's the Traffic Transportation Committee on November 21st. There was details of the request which would allow them to use a portion of the public sidewalk cafe for 18 Princess Street in front of the restaurant. Whereas the application was submitted as required by the new DOT requirements for the sidewalk cafe setups. Proposed layout of tables and chairs described. The TNT committee has concerns regarding the restaurant's physical presentation of at least 5 empty garbage containers during the public sidewalk to curb line. Access to.
Sergio, we can't hear anything on the, over here,
Hello?
nothing.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I don't know who's speaking. I thought TNT was giving their resolution.
is giving their presentation. Can you hear me?
Don't move.
This was the Tin Marine application, the outdoor dining. The issue was that they had garbage containers running on the sidewalk.
Can we have discussion on that?
So we took over and it passed.
Sergio,
What's that, Sylvia?
I have something to say about the TNT resolution. I was at that meeting.
Okay, but hold on, Sylvia, let's put it to a vote first.
She had comments during the vote.
Finish the resolution, once it's on the floor, we'll have a discussion.
Where the applicant's pitching the variance approval for 2 application for 9 foot 3 by 24.4 sidewalk cafe.
with the condition that all current and future encroachments on public sidewalk be removed, so that not shall be pedestrian flow. Therefore, be resolved, Council Committee Board A recommends the petition grant application for 3/24/4 sidewalk cafe. With the condition that all current and future encroachments on public sidewalk be removed, so that not impede pedestrian flow.
And there was quorum at the meeting? Okay, great. So it does not require a second. Now we'll have a discussion. Sylvia, you want to say something?
Yes, I do. I was at the meeting. It was only at the meeting that I discovered that Tim Martin was using the front of the Jewish bookstore that has closed with their tables, which they did not have a permit for. And they were only putting the permit in for their location in front of their store. And I abstained from it because I hadn't known it before. And I don't think that that is something that should be swept under the carpet. They just said it was an empty store, so they put their tables there. I don't think that that is a qualified answer. Everybody else voted for it. I don't want to jeopardize their business, but they should be doing things like everybody else is doing.
Thank you, Sylvia. Did everyone hear what Sylvia said? For some of the people in the back, Sylvia had said, and I'll paraphrase, took exception to the fact that they were apparently using the closed bookstore next door. They were putting tables in front of that location as well. Without authorization.
At that meeting,
Okay, give me 1 second. And Sylvia said she abstained at the meeting because that's something that shouldn't be swept under the rug. You Sylvia is term, but yes, Dr. Beaton.
the proprietor had mentioned that,
Can you hear Dr. Beaton? So speak, Dr. Beaton.
the proprietor stated that they were in the process of trying to purchase that building. And in addition, I think that site had been used, I think, during the pandemic. At off hours, they had used extra frontage, but they did say specifically that they were in the process of trying to acquire that building.
Thank you. Mr. Gelman.
Yeah, normally, I'm very much opposed to the sidewalk or curbside, seating areas, because of the effect on the residents above and across the street. But in this case, there are no residences above or across the street from it. And so I will vote for it, but normally I always vote against them. I have a serious issue with that.
Thank you, Mr. Gelman. Any other comments on this resolution? Okay, we will. No other comments? Agents, on comment or just?
No, I
ready to
agree.
vote?
I agree with.
Okay, so we'll call the question. Any extensions? We'll start with online because it may be, any extensions?
I still abstain.
Still abstaining?
Lee, how do you vote?
I vote to support the application.
Okay, Lee is in favor.
Barbara, how do you vote? I am.
Unmute.
She's for, okay. Georgia, how do you vote?
I agree with it.
Okay.
I vote yes.
Thank you.
Julie is here.
Oh, yes, wait, we have one other person, don't we?
And so is the rabbi.
Okay, those are only, yes, approved excusers. All right, are there any extensions on the subject? Any nays? So all other people think that voted in favor. Resolution passes. Thank you. The president of the resolution?
There are two, yes.
Hi, good evening. Joy couldn't be here tonight, but I wanted to bring to your attention two items in the treasurer's report to vote on. The overall in the report, you can see that we have $15,673 in our OTPS. We had a small amount of expenditures this month. And if you see in 1.2 budget modifications, we are requesting modification just take funds from our personnel services, PS, and put them in our OTPS. That's taking money from our salary budget to put into the office budgets to continue with our intern Jalen through January. I do want to bring attention that we should probably first look at the 1.5 resolution to continue with the paid intern. So if you see that resolution, it says, whereas Community Board District Manager Farah Q. Rubin requests the continuation of the office intern to assist in the board staff with duties such as but not limited to working on the office, filing system, greeting incoming calls and constituents at the office, updating office records, establishing system tracker of past committee meetings, resolved agreements, setting up meeting locations for public and board members, acting as a reader during public meetings, interacting with elected officials and the public, admin duties on the computer, attending and tabling street fair events and more. Whereas DMQ Rubin conferred with the board treasurer and the board chair and noted that a stipend of approximately $3,000 would be appropriate for the continuation from November to January 2025. Therefore, be resolved that Bronx Community Board 8 approves the continuation of the office intern.
So this requires a motion first and a second. So we have Mary Ellen move, Ramdat second. Now, is there any discussion? David Gelman, I saw his hand.
This ongoing thing has a blessing of the borough president's office in OMB.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
Ms. Ginty.
Two questions.
Could I ask a question? I don't know how to raise my hand.
Just 1 second,
She'll be
Sylvia.
next.
Yeah, November 1st to January 31st.
Okay, can we put that into the November
Yes.
3rd,
Yeah.
January 31st?
So we'll consider that a friendly amendment to Mary Ellen's motion, yes?
Yeah.
Second, okay, it's accepted.
This is the third or fourth time we've done this. I'm not this.
Second, or
Okay, wait, at what point, and I don't know enough about labor law, but at what point does an intern and small amounts of money like this become an employee? And there would be rights that apply to that worker. So has that been looked into? At what point does labor law kick in to give the employee, not employee, but when does she become an employee? Has that been looked into?
Well, in a sense, yes, she's not an employee. She's paid through our TPS budget, not personnel services. So she's definitely not an employee, part-time or any kind. She's paid intern. I could look further just to get clarity and a language on it for you, and for the board. I can, I'll do that as soon as I can.
Please.
I want to make sure you don't want to trip into something that you're unaware of what you're tripping into. We should know what we're doing with a worker.
Sure.
And become an employee. Okay.
Excellent point, thank you. I believe that Sylvia?
Yes, I just want a clarification for one of
Hold on,
the,
Sil.
1 second, Sylvia.
I mean, Ms. Alexander, Sil.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
We're not really that time.
I would like a clarification from Farah in regard to the intern and her duties. What does resolved agreements mean? That sounds like something the DM should do or the chair.
Past committee meetings resolved. I worked on this facility. I assume it means, committee meetings resolved.
I can't hear a word that this person is saying.
These constituent services things that came about from committee meetings that need us to follow up on.
Well, I didn't hear anything that you said.
It's-
Whoever is speaking, I don't know. It isn't my computer. Maybe it's your microphone. I don't know.
It's basically saying that she helps establish a system tracker for past committee meetings resolved agreements. So it's really about maintaining our records and things like that in the office.
Those are resolved agreements.
Establishing.
I'm not quite sure I understand that.
Committee meetings resolved agreements. So it's creating a system tracker. That's what that line is about.
And one other question, I'm not getting the answer here. So, the other thing is that you have $4,000 allotted for this position for 2025. Do you intend to keep this person on?
Yeah, $4,000 a month for 2025. You intend to keep this person on?
We intend to keep her through January with this budget. That's what we would have a budget for, and we can only decide after that how to continue if we, well, you know, in what way we would continue or not.
So it's wishful thinking. Okay.
Deb Travis?
I'd like to make a friendly amendment. It seems like it should say establishing a system tracker of past committee meetings and resolutions.
Okay,
And it seems like maybe got spell checked.
thank you.
Is that, wait, that's okay with the second? That's okay with the maker of the motion? That's deemed a friendly amendment. All right, any further discussion? Go ahead.
Barbara? Barbara?
Yes. I may be confused, but under, it said personal costs, personal services. Did you mean personnel? Let's check. I'm not clear about that term and what it's meant. Could you go back up?
No.
Oh, it's personnel.
That's what I thought. So it
The
shouldn't be-
personnel.
Oh, I see. Right. And I thought somewhere I saw personal.
It does
Not
say
personnel.
personal. It's a typo.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to verify. And
Yeah,
it
that's
should,
how it's listed in the OMB.
Okay. That's how it's listed in there when we budget sites. Yeah, I agree with you. Personal services sounds weird. Right. My valet took a year off. All right. Yeah, okay. Mr. calls the question. See, all right, any extensions? Any nays? It seems passed as amended unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, and then I'll continue to.
That brings us to the next resolution to do a budget mod. To have the money to pay our intern through January, we did get approval from OMB to transfer $3,000 from our PS, personal services, to our OTPS. And it's reflected in the 1.5 section where we added it to the budget. So we would be adding $3,000 to our OTPS budget. Through the budget. Are there any questions?
Wait, first we need a motion from somebody who can make a motion. Is there somebody? Wait. Kelly's gonna be the maker of the motion. And says there's gonna be a second. Now, is it?
Yes.
Is there any discussion? Any discussion online from the excused members?
no,
No. Then we'll thank you, Mr. Clerk. Call the question. Any abstentions? Any nays? No abstentions, no nays online. All right, it's deemed passed unanimously. So are those all of the resolutions? All right, we refer you all to the minutes of last month, the full board. We're doing the things that require a vote first. entertain a motion to approve the minutes of November 2024. Gelman moves and Bob Bender seconds. Any discussion on the minutes? Yes, Mr. Gelman.
I was present on Zoom.
Okay.
And that as it was, as I made my report. The budget report during the meeting was given by me. I was on Zoom, but I was present on the.
You can still give a report, right, if you're absent.
Just put in parentheses on Zoom. I'm listed as absent, put my name, put parentheses on Zoom.
Mr. Gelman is requesting that the minutes note that he was present by Zoom. Okay.
But I mean, based on
the resolution, you're absent. Right?
I listed on the grouping of absent, I'm just saying after my name, put in parentheses on Zoom, because I am the one who gave the budget report 5 minutes later.
I mean, if we it's right, it's not necessarily part of the guidance, but you did give the report, so I guess it would not be appropriate to say report given by. Mr. Gelman gives Zoom. That makes sense? Is that good? Okay.
under the report section?
Yes, we'll put his name in report given by David Gelman. Notes that he gave a report via Zoom. Right, any other comments? Any other comments online? Right, seeing none, we have somebody moved it, right, somebody seconded. Any abstentions on voting for the November board minutes 2024? Any nays? All right, as amended, the minutes pass unanimously. Yeah, it's still, when we first sat there, before we started the meeting, I did go around to get a sense of, and let people know that because of the temperature, that we were gonna get things done out of order, but it is very cold. I see some people who are actually shivering. So if somebody were to make a motion to adjourn, we would vote on that motion, and the body decides whether we continue or not. It's,
Do you think you need to have a gallon control, having it 3 minutes?
there is no doubt. So we'll have discussion on the motion, because this is the extraordinary circumstance. So. In a second. Now what, now, yes, no, go ahead.
Maybe committee chairs who would like to make a report that they have some specific time before the end of the year, maybe we give them the opportunity, but others that might otherwise be pro forma, but following the agenda.
Any other discussion on the motion, and certainly regarding any other discussions from the people online sitting at home one way? They should have stayed in the pause. Yes, we know the Lord's word was. All right. I'm sorry, second, were you going to vote, or do you have a comment?
No, just okay, just can we expect that to anyone? If anyone has like a comment that's in time. If you know there are some folks that have statements that are time, more time.
Okay, so he was making a suggestion expanding on what Mr. Cruz said, so that anyone who has a comment, that's a time in nature. Yes, Mr. Wellman.
They already approved the executive meeting notes.
We don't approve those here, we just go over them. They get approved the next time. Yes. Is the precinct on?
Yes.
That was a tax element, so that's gonna be part of the minutes.
Yeah. Well, she did, but you can.
Yeah.
Say that.
All right, so we have the issue of the captain's report. And the two other comments, any other comments? Typically, we don't comment, we will discuss a motion to adjourn.
extraordinary, so.
Okay, all in favor of adjourning?
Sorry, the senator's office is like second.
Should we need a vote tabulation for this? You were gonna be against it.
We're in the middle of a vote. What, 1, 2, 3. Can we take the count, please? Because we're asking for the yays right now.
Nays?
Yays.
Let's do nays first. Nays first.
They already got the hands up. Okay. All in favor of adjourning? I understand that. We will vote. So how many, so let's take a count, please. So we got 11.
Can you raise your hand high? It's hard to.
Yes, let's do it one more time. All in favor of adjourning?
Burns County. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and then 12 is Georgia.
Nays?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And
Right.
Did we get those names?
Point of order.
Yes.
Can you some feedback, regarding two things, Captain Tavares speaking and our Assembly member, or State Senator speaking. Their speaking is the only reason I voted no. So I would like to hear from them to speak, and then I would like to,
Make a motion.
resolution to, adjourn the meeting.
Okay, so we have the state senator's office and the captain's office is a motion to take them immediately. Second, okay, any discussion, any nays? No. And okay, any abstentions, no nays, it passes. So senator's office, please, since you're here. You get it. You get 1 minute, you've used up 20 seconds.
I appreciate it. So our office closed started on 12 the holidays. When we reopen, there will be some changes because I am moving on to Senator Rivera's office at the end of the year. There will be someone to replace me, but for now you can reach out to Senator Rivera's Director of Community Affairs, Sari Mendoza-Torres at smendoza@nysenate.gov. For the past 2 years, I have loved working with you and attending meetings as we work together to bring what is best for the community. It's been an honor of a lifetime as someone born and raised in Riverdale, to be Senator Rivera's first representative for the only place I ever want to call home. I want to thank Julie, Farah, and the entire CBA team for working with me these past 2 years. You all have shown me what a community board is supposed to do, speak for their neighbors. This isn't the last of seeing me. I am very inspired by the work you guys do. I will be applying to join the board when it opens in January. And with a little luck, maybe I will join you all in September. Regardless of that, I hope stay in touch with all of you because the work to make this community a better place must never stop, and I look forward to helping in any way I can.
Thank you very, very much, and it's a pleasure working with you. Now we'll go to the precinct report.
Good evening, everyone. It's Captain Tavares, Executive Officer of the 5-0. From the crime complaints for November 11th through December 8th, we have an increase of 12 crimes overall, 114 versus 102, which is an increase of 11.8%. What's actually driving our numbers is our felony assaults, which were up by 83%, most of them all being inside and domestic. As well as we have an increase in our grand larceny autos. We compared to last year, we have 33 crimes reported versus 22, which is an increase of 11, which is 50%. Again, those are all being attributed to new technology and valuables being left inside vehicles and unlocked doors and keys inside autos. Other than that, we have, happy to report that we have a decrease in robberies for the 28-day period, which is, 9 versus 14, which is a decrease of about 36%. And we haven't taken any, bias incident reports for the 28-day period. Any further questions?
Wow.
At the last board meeting, and I understand also the public safety committee meeting, the issue was raised about drug dealing on Stevenson Place. My understanding is that it's continuing. Has anything been done about that? Can you update us on that situation?
That the issue with West Stevenson Place, and we're seeking an update.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Drug dealing on Stevenson Place. We were seeking an update, this is something that was raised before, an update.
Any complaints that we have received, it have all been pretty much unfounded. There hasn't been any, noise complaints or any founded, disturbances in that area.
He said that they've been addressed and unfounded and have any noise complaints or disturbances in that area.
Well, the question is not about noise complaints, it's about drug dealing.
The question is about drug dealing in the area.
Right, there hasn't been any drug activity, recently. Everything has been unfounded.
Okay, so we heard that. Any other questions for the captain?
There's usually a plan whenever there's an uptick in violence, or crimes. What is the PO's, plan for the uptick in domestic violence?
With the uptick in domestic violence? Is that what
Yes.
you're asking?
Yep.
Well, we do community outreaches, for the 28-day period. We actually have, two outreaches. We've done, outreaches in the library, at community centers to educate the, public and provide them information for any services if they would like to seek any services.
Any other questions from captain? All right, any other questions follow up with the office or Ed Green, obviously, well, citizens with captain directly? We have many other questions, yes. Okay, are we done with the captain? Okay, thank you very much, captain.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Marty, you have one records. Margaret's in attendance, yes. Well, our secretary knows who everybody is at this point. Yes, Ron Black.
Motion to adjourn.
Ron Black moves to adjourn, 10 seconds. All in favor? Any nays? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh,
Wait. Daniel Bowen, David Gellman, Stephen Fruit, Marty Walpole, Bob Bender,
And Margaret. Della.
Margaret Della,
Okay, any abstentions?
Cesar.
Cesar. Okay, so. That's all right.
Anybody online? Thank you.
Okay.
Long line.
Please, Jerry, thank you very much for bearing with us. Indeed.